Good morning. This is video number 23 in my set of 31 videos about how to use a glucose meter as a personal fuel gauge using whatever style of diet you prefer or no diet at all. The point is to understand your glucose numbers, your morning fasting glucose, your pre-meal glucose, and to learn from those because that will teach you about your metabolic health. As I make these videos, I'm participating in a 30-day data-driven fasting challenge with a group of people at optimizingnutrition.com. And the group is on, I'm on day 22 of the challenge because I'm trying to stay a couple of days ahead of the group. I'll put up the chart so you can see what where we are in the 30 days, where I am in the 30 days, and my videos are a day or two ahead of where the group is, so that maybe what I'm sharing will be helpful to somebody that is participating in that group right now. Each day of the 30-day challenge, there's a different topic covered for that day, and I'm putting up on the screen today's topic, a screenshot that I took from within the group. The topic is what if my waking blood glucose is not coming down? And then I will reference the article here. It says that if you achieve a negative energy balance, which means taking in fewer fats and carbs, the two energy sources. So if you achieve a negative energy balance by taking in fewer fats and carbs than your body is using, you're draining your excess glucose stores from your bloodstream and you're losing body fat, you should see your waking blood glucose trending downward. There are reasons that you don't see it trending downward, such as if you're having late night eating episodes, then you're refilling your fuel stores late at night, and we are less insulin sensitive as the day goes on, as the day progresses, especially in the evening and nighttime when our body is slowing down, getting ready for the rest and digest process that it should be going through as we are sleeping during the night. That late night eating can contribute to higher morning waking glucoses than you would expect to see or like to see. Marty says, we sometimes push our last meal back so far that we end up hungry late at night and compensate by snacking and overeating. Therefore, it should be no surprise that your waking blood glucose is elevated in the morning if you are digesting your meal from the night before. There could be another reason too. He says, at the same time, you shouldn't get too concerned if your waking glucose is not decreasing while everything else is moving in the right direction. And you're not binging late at night, because as you eat less, your insulin levels will drop and allow more stored energy to be released overnight. Thus, you may see higher waking glucose even though you are also losing weight. So sometimes that higher waking glucose means that our body has been able to release some of our stored fat and turn it back into circulating glucose, and so we'll have a little higher glucose in the morning. So there's a couple of reasons. It's not all about eating late at night. He says, don't be too concerned if you see your waking blood sugars rising over the first few weeks. As you continue to chase a lower personal hunger trigger and drain the excess glucose in your body and start to tap into your body fat, which makes me think about his fuel tank image, so I'll put that up here so you can see that. You know, there's an order that we burn the fuel in our body. As you continue to chase a lower trigger, drain the excess glucose in your body, and start to tap into your body fat, you will most likely begin to see your waking glucose drop. Later, when you transition to maintenance, insulin levels will come back up a little, and you may see lower waking glucose levels than you did when your weight was in free fall. I don't think my weight has ever been in free fall. It's been in little tiny baby steps downward. But, you know, we're all personal in how our bodies lose weight depending on our metabolic health and our age and how much weight we have to lose. The closer we are to ideal weight, the slower the weight comes off. The more overweight we are, the faster the weight comes off. So that's all that is for day 22's topic. I'll share that my morning fasting glucose this morning is 84, and I also have some interesting numbers to share with you. I'll have to put it in the description box because I don't think it'll show well on the screen. But I had someone reach out to me about discovering that her waking fasting glucose was 105, and that surprised her. And so I shared with her what my original waking fasting glucoses used to be when I started using a glucose meter as my fuel gauge 4+ years ago. So I showed that whole month of my waking fasting glucose numbers, and then I showed this month's waking fasting glucose numbers. So, you know, she could see that over time things definitely improve as we chase a personal hunger trigger and we let our body have a chance to use up stored fuel. Our glucose numbers will improve. Our metabolic health will improve. This is all that I'm going to do for today's video for day 22 of the challenge. On video number 23 of my 31 videos, I will load up the description box with helpful information like the image that was shown about how we burn through our fuel through those fuel tanks. There will be a link to that so you can read it. It's the oxidative priority of being able to burn body fat. And there will be other video links in there, other resource links in there, so you can make use of that. And then, of course, I said I shared my morning fasting waking glucose numbers that I began with when I first discovered the idea of using a glucose meter as my fuel gauge, and then what my morning fasting glucose numbers have been this month as I've been doing the challenge starting on February 25th up until today. And I hope that those morning fasting glucose numbers might be something that somebody can relate to, and then that will give them hope that they too can turn their metabolic health around by using a glucose meter and paying attention to what their own personal hunger trigger is and trying to delay eating a little bit to get to that personal hunger trigger, and also learning how to prioritize protein. So leading in your meals, making sure you get plenty of protein, and then pulling back on the fuels of fats and carbs. That will help result in more weight loss. So thank you for watching this short video today.